The beanie is out. It is that time of the year that we switch over, or I switch over to a beanie. Some of the other guys have done it as well. It's getting colder, and I'm not a fan of this. Anyway, guys, welcome to this week's video, where I've got some really cool for you guys. I will be showing you around here. Finally, I wanted to do this video a long time ago already. I'm gonna show you around what kind of equipment we use, what do we have in as workshops and other buildings and things. So I'm really excited. I'm just questioning myself where we're gonna start, and I think we're just gonna start with the main workshop. So this is also the place where we meet up every morning and kind of finish the day, discuss the plans, what we're gonna do for that day if it's not really clear. And yeah, of course, at the end of the day, we'll have a beer in the workshop. But yeah, I'll show you guys around here. So at the moment, most of the workshop is occupied by the big spreader that is under repairs. The hydro motors were kaput. So as you can see, we'll just quickly walk up here. It was easier to take the complete cab off and then going from up top instead of underneath it. But yeah, that's a big mess right now. Anyway, so over on this side we have our tool and fabrication area. So this is mainly our fabrication area, and then here is just tools, shelvings for storage and whatnot. And upstairs we have a little coffee room and an office to do paperwork and kind of things. Over on this side we're having a pit. There's a pit in the ground, so you can drive a truck or a car over here to work underneath it. Oil filters and things. So this side is mainly used to service vehicles. So what I said, oils, batteries are up there, a little workbench for automotive things. And we'll go back outside again. So next to the workshop, it's under the same roof, but we have a bay for bigger equipment. In this case, we are storing our harvesters, our headers in there, which are pretty cool big headers. They're the Fence 9T and 10T. We got the 10 last summer with harvest, and the 9 was a year before that. So no, pretty big machines. The cool thing about the headers is the new one doesn't. The 9 doesn't have it, but the 10, the new one, it doesn't have your normal steering anymore. So we'll have a look if we dive up in here. But yeah, if you have a look in the cab and you put this armrest down, these are the controls for our header. So on the back is the grain bin. And when you sit in here, like, you've got all the space in front of you to watch the crops going in. There's nothing obstructing you. And this is your little steering wheel. And this is the throttle, among other things. But yeah, just the sheer amount of window space that you have to go outside. As you can see in the other one, like, the steering wheel is in the middle of it, obstructing your view a little, but yeah, not too much. So of course we're not using the combines during outside of harvest. So they're up here just for storage now. They're open up, so mice and rats don't go inside and chew on all leftover grains that hasn't been cleaned out. And of course, it's one of the fronts for the headers. And on this side, we have more storage for either equipment or areas to work outside on. Some more shelving on the back. And then on the other side of this shed, this is our chemical shed. So Ryan is at the moment is in the sprayer, so he usually parks up here and fills the sprayer up. We've got all the chemicals inside here, some more storage on the sides, and over on that side is where we fill up the Flexion truck. So the Flexion truck is used for seating, of course, with Flexion, and in other situations we use it as like a water carting truck. So we have, as you can see, a little water tower up there, and behind the sheds is Flexion tanks, and I believe that water tower is also hooked up to a water tank or a dam a bit more up the hill, so it's not a big tank, you easily run out of water in there. But yeah, so we have a quick fill from the top. So usually you just drive your vehicle underneath here and then jump on it and then open it from the top. So that will quickly fill up, and that's how we got our water. And right across from the water shed, or the Flexion shed, we have 5 silos that are not in use anymore. And I heard Richard and Ryan talk about the other day that they want to create another machinery shed up here, because we really are lacking space to put our equipment under a roof. So that is also a plan to start working on soon as well. All right, back to the front of the main workshop. On this side we have kind of like a parking pad. So this area space is used for parking up our trucks, parking up other things. So that's a fuel trailer right there. That truck is ready to go and send the grain cleaner off to a shop that is gonna fix that up. We've got our own diesel on farm, but because with all the tractors and things, everything uses diesel. We need to have our diesel on farm here, and this is pretty cool. So up on this side we have 2 more sheds, and that used to be the workshop that we worked out of. So when I was here 4 years ago, the big shed, like just a machinery shed behind there that was standing up there, the big shed wasn't there yet. So we did our all the maintenancing, all the servicing, all out of this shed, and I'll show you inside. It's a big mess. It is way too small, and everything is just cramped up in here. So really happy with the big shed now. Everything can be done undercover, and yeah, a lot more space to put your items in. So as you can see, productivity is not a word that is found on these shelves here in this workshop. It worked, but you know, at a cost. So yeah, what is that? Really happy now that we have plenty of space in a new workshop to work in. Up in between here we have a little washing area. So in that little shed here we have the air compressor and the water, the high pressure water in there. So yeah, that's where we wash things, and I think the grain elevator is either due for a wash or just washed. And then up on this side we have our other machinery shed, and this is more for like smaller tractors, things we don't use that often. So starting from the right side we have the grain bag unloader, so we use that of course unloading the bags. So that's mainly a harvest, after harvest time item that we use. A small tractor, a small messy Ferguson to run the silos during harvest, or the silos, the filler bins. The fire unit, that's just parked up here for the moment. An old bulldozer used after harvest to work in the paddocks. Then another small messy Ferguson to run the filler bins. We got the little Bob the Builder. I forgot the name of that little tractor in the Bob the Builder, but the Bob the Builder tractor. Another messy Ferguson used to, mainly we use this one to run the bag unloader. And also this, we use this one at the filler bins. Some storage. We got a air compressor trailer, and up here is a John Deere that we use for all kinds of things. We have another one, but that is out at the moment doing rock picking. So yeah, that is basically the workshop around here. And then we got some ornaments. It looks like it used to be an old fuel truck, but I don't think that has been touched in a long time. And on this side of the bush we have like trailer parking, implements like buckets, small things, parking, and also parking of things we kind of don't want to touch anymore. So yeah, that is the workshop area around here. The other side that we have things that are at the top sheds or the grain shed. So let's go up there now, and I'll show you guys around there. So this is what we call the top shed or the grain shed. That's where we store our fertilizer, our granule fertilizer in, and the loading ramp. We've seen it in other videos, so I showed you that. And then we have the whole, there's a whole pad up here, which is as kind of as flat as the farm can get, without having to pour a concrete slab like that. So yeah, this is where we have our silos or our filler bins, what we use at harvest time. So we'll be dragging that around the farm, putting that up on certain spots, or like truck filling spots, and of course like harvester empty spots. And then because it's nice and flat, it's a good area to work on the cedar, so you see that there in the background. And after harvest, if the trucks can't keep up with the grain that we supply with the headers, then this is also a storage area for the grain bags. So there's still like a bag and a half or like something up there. I think that is filled with lupins if I'm correct, but from like a couple of years ago, I don't think it's good anymore. Anyway, and then here we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 silos. And those are filled with our seeds, or used to be filled with our seeds. Now that sitting is done, those are empty or has a little left in there. And up here is a bit of a graveyard. So you know, in your home you have that one drawer that is just filled to the top with cables, things that you think you'll need one day. That is basically this on like a larger scale. So we've got, I'll show you, because we have, for example, the front loader, the Komatsu. So this is it was a wreckage one. There was something wrong with it, but ours had an engine problem, and that engine still worked fine. So we bought that one as a spare parts, as a donor front loader, and the same goes with other things. So it's a bit of storage of whatever we need. And yeah, if we this way. So the big spreader that we have, that is originally it was a sprayer. So it's a spreader bucket bolted on the back of a sprayer, and this is actually the unit that was up there. So that is the sprayer tank that came off it. I don't think we'll have the arms anymore. We'll throw that out. But yeah, no, that's the sprayer tank that came off it, and then a lot of other things, old things, silos that don't work anymore, storage units, shipping containers, an old Troopy, and I've actually took parts of that myself for my own car. So that was really handy to have here. I think that it rolled over in a wreck, or it rolled over and it's now a wreck, and we've actually taken a lot of things off that already, because a lot of things on the farm, the utes are Toyota. And then we have an 8-wheeler truck, and that is the body, like it was a dump truck, and now we use that as a liquid truck. So that liquor truck is used with seating. That was the Flexian truck. That is the truck that we're talking about, and in other times we will use that as a normal water truck as well if we need to cart water up somewhere. So yeah, that is a bit of the graveyard area. And over this side, back again towards the back of the silos. So on the other side of the silos we have our Telstra internet reception tower. I mean, it's not ours, but it's on the farm, and that's really cool because we're kind of in a remote area, and then we still have 4G reception up here, like good phone calls. Like a couple spots on the farm behind the hills where we don't have any reception, and otherwise, like everywhere in the farm, we'll be able to make phone calls and things. So that's really, really nice to have a good reception on the farm. And then of course we have nice green fields at the moment. We've got some good rain, so yeah, it has grown a lot in the last week or 2 weeks. But yeah, not really any more structures on the farm here except the workshop and the grain shed up here. So that is about it. So yeah, well, hopefully this will give you guys a bit of an insight on how the farm looks and where we're working and what we're doing a bit. So yeah, thanks for watching. I should be there back again next week, trying to get back in a weekly rhythm, and then we'll come up with something else. All right, in the meantime, I'll see you guys later on, and enjoy your weekend. See you.